Hello, I'm Lily, and today I got a few unique bonsai I'm here to show you. They might not quite qualify as bonsai, I don't know, maybe they're just fun things to do with house plants, but I think this one in particular does. I'll give it a nice spin, give everyone a good look at it, and I'll explain what my main plan is for this. So the reason why I think this could still qualify as a bonsai, especially when I get it in a smaller pot in the future, is because it is still going to look like, well, hopefully look like a miniature tree. So as these vines continue to grow out, I'll still get new little offshoots, like I got this little guy coming in down here. And as they grow longer, I'll just keep wrapping them and getting it nice and tight, so this will look like a trunk. I only leave leaves on the shorter ones that need to have some foliage as they grow up to the top. Once they get up to the top, all the leaves come off. And then I get to where I get these long ones. And now what I want to do is just develop a nice big flat pad on the top of this, and I'm hoping it will get that cool tree look. So what I've been doing is I just let my suckers just grow off, or I don't even know what to call them, but they're little long leaders. I let them grow a few inches or two. And then I'll just kind of loop them back in. And as it sits in front of the window, I like to just kind of slowly rotate it. I'm a little limited by the lean, but I just like to have different parts growing towards the sun, so it kind of pulls it and it just gives it like this kind of twisted nice look. Give it another nice spin. Don't have too many suckers. It didn't need a lot of work, but I kind of just wanted to show it to everyone because I really love this guy. Got a few little messed up leaves I'm going to clip. This guy's getting a little yellow. Just going to clip that off, and I have this leaf right here. Just got some damaged little hole in it. It's just a little ugly duckling, so sorry, little ugly duckling. Okay, and now see this vine is this one over here is still a little short, but if I follow it through, it's coming up, and now my head, the top of that vine is up here. So I am going to cut. Let me follow that back down. I'm going to cut this lower leaf I have right here because I don't need it as much anymore. And now this guy I just want to follow. Let me put where you can show it. This guy over here, I want to follow this up and see if I have enough leaves to clip this one yet. And that guy looks like it's this one and that top, so I'm going to clip this one as well. And the main goal is to have the least amount of leaves down here as possible to give this a nice trunk appearance, and then get a nice flat pad up here to look like the top of a tree. I got another little leaf in here, just kind of get cluttered. It is towards the top of my vine, so I'm not going to snip it, but I'm just going to pull it out, give it room to breathe. I don't know if you can see or not, but it was getting kind of wrinkled in there. And I think that's about it for now. Like I said, it didn't really need a lot of work, but I wanted to just kind of show this guy off because I really like this guy, and I find it to be really unique. I'm going to put it aside and grab another similar one. Okay. Now this guy I just started a little bit more recently, so it's not as developed. I'm going to take out our decorations. And the last one was doing so well that I just wanted to try another, so that's this guy. So this one is a little bit more scraggly. It's the leaves aren't as dense, and we don't have as many vines. So we're just gonna got a lot of little dead leaves and whatnot. We're just gonna pluck out some of that dead growth. Clip away. Looks like one of a whole vine actually has withered on me. So clip that away. A few more over here. Just pull. Looks like that was also part of that one vine that had died out on me, which is also part of why it's so scraggly. Okay, so now, this one you get a better idea of how I developed the last one. We take all our long leaders, we just wrap them, and each group that comes out after the next we just wrap tighter and tighter until we get to the top. And then this one is starting to get a little bit, but not quite enough. We'll start a nice bunch, but I want to get extra branches, and this one I'm hoping to, like this guy right here we have, this little branch here, and I'm hoping this one to have more branching than the other one if I use this. So this is actually a dried up cedar branch from around here that I'm starting with. the last one, the middle part, I should have said this when I had it out here. It was just a piece of black PVC pipe with a coconut fiber around it. And then on the very tip of it, I actually jammed in a little piece of cedar. Okay, now our roots are a little messed up. This one was in the window and the dogs are kind of pushing on it a lot. So it's going to resettle our dirt. Got some more dried up ones that I missed. Just clip them all out of the way. Right down to where it started. That poor little guy just died on us. Okay. We'll get this guy wrapped around this branch. And these are pothos vines on both of these, so they're pretty robust. They grow very vigorously, and you can bend them pretty rough and pretty tight. So you almost use their leaves to kind of tie knots on themselves. And I don't really tie these down yet. It will start off a little loose, and I'll just kind of keep rewrapping it. When this gets out past the end, as this will grow longer, I'll just let it go a little bit longer, and then I'll kind of loop it, and I'll just kind of start wrapping it back around itself again. I usually don't like to go down. I do try to come back up to the tops and the ends. And I am just starting off. This is like a new technique. I don't know if anyone else has done it. I'm sure people have, but this is new for me. And then we got this bit on the top. I'm probably going to let this one grow out a bit, and then as the other ones come up, let you see it a little bit better. As the other ones come up, I'll wrap them around it. This one will go a little bit longer, probably double this length before I decide to bend it back on itself. And then I'll start doing big loops around the top and try to get that pad like the other one had real nice on it. So we're going to just, I got some extra soil for this one. It just can use it. It got packed fairly loose over the last year or two. And get some of the dirt back in there. Make up for all the stuff we lost. Don't ask me where it goes. This is a house plant. I think the dogs are eating the potting soil. That was a joke. They better not. Okay, so it's looking good. I'm gonna put our stick a little more this way. You can see a little better. And I'm gonna try to use one of our angel decorations and just kind of prop it. Hopefully it will help it settle. Put our other guy in. And now this has gotten a little kind of dingy and dusty. It's been sitting by where the dogs are a lot. So I got a little spritzer, got my little backdrop. So I'm gonna spritz away at this. Just clean it off a bit. And I'm going to give it a little light watering while I'm at it. Okay, now I have a real surprise coming up after this. It's going to take me a minute to get everything set up, but I'm going to be right back, so just stay tuned. This is one of my favorite creations I've ever made. This is what I call a living dream catcher. I have a flower pot down here underneath. I have braided hemp holding it in. I have a Christmas cactus coming out of it. And I have, this is not a pothos vine like the other two. This is a philodendron vine. I've had this, 6 years now or so, and I absolutely love it. So it's getting a little out of hand now. I have a few, I usually don't let these get this long, and it's getting a little dusty. So we're going to just kind of wrap it up a little bit, and going to give it a nice little spritz in, clean off some of the dust that I get in here because it's a little hard to, you know, clean up the webbing. And then we'll just water it, and I think that will be it. So I'm going to try to show you what I do without blocking it off too much. I hope I can do this right. So here we go. It's basically what you're probably expecting it is. And this is not as robust as the pothos vine, so we do have to be more careful with this philodendron. This will break much easier than the pothos vine. Still fairly tough though. And we just loop it through. We'll do another one, I say around here or so. Again, just being careful not to do anything like too tight or severe on it. And then we just pull it a little bit tighter and loop it through again. Now that we're coming to the end, we find a spot that has a lot of other little vines, and we can just kind of get our head in there. So I'll separate these. I don't know if you can see that. Nope, didn't hold. We have to go back a little closer. I tried to stretch it too far. Okay, so I'll come out here instead, and I think maybe we'll hold. Nope. That's okay, we'll come out this way. And we got a little leaf starting here. Once that leaf grows in, that will hold it all in place a lot better. Right now we got this long leader, and again we're just going to do the same thing, but we got to go back just a little because the last loop has loosened up. Once this got long enough to get weighty, it just kind of pulled it down a bit. So we'll pull that around, and let me get my tip. We just push it through, and we just gently guide now because we have a few leaves that we have to make sure don't get broken off on their way through the little hole we have here in our webbing. And I got a leaf right here. I'm going to pull that leaf through, and that will help hold it all in place. Alright, now we'll get another loop. And we'll come out right about here. I think that's a good spot. And get our leaf through so it will hold it in place. Hopefully, hold it in place. It's fighting me. And we'll just come out here, and I think this will be the end of this one. If I can get it. Careful, don't break the head off. Alright. There we go. So this I can't rotate as easy as the other thing, so I gotta just kind of go around and look. Like I got a few little funky leaves. This is the part that faces into the room, so all the leaves are facing out that way because I hang it in a window in our bedroom. So it gets to work as a dream catcher and also have a nice house plant in my room. So I'm just going to back up a little bit, and I don't think there's any more leaves that are too bad that need to go. It's fairly healthy, it gets a lot of growth every year. I'm going to pull it off and give it a spin so everyone can see from all angles. And I was wrong. This is the side that actually faces into the room normally, and it sits up against the window like that. So this kind of sits down like this more. I'm just so proud of this thing. I love this thing so much. All right, let's hang it back up. Okay. And got one more little guy growing up here. I'm just going to push through. See if I can get its leaf. It has a little leaf starting it. I could help hold it in place, I think. There we go. There's another dead one. There's another dried up leaf. They hide in there. There's so many nice healthy leaves. Alright, so we're just going to give it a spritz, clean it off, and give it a little watering. Where did I put my spritzer? Oh, way over here. I'm back. Hey. Yeah, just to get the dust off, you know, it's a house plant. This one in particular is in the house all year, every year. So, a couple times a year, I just like to get it in a spot where I don't mind getting a little bit of moisture and cleaning it off. Okay. I'm Lily. These are my unique bonsai. Thank you for tuning in. Plan on a lot more unique bonsai in the future. I have a bunch of ficus that I'm going to be showing soon. One of them is in a homemade Amazon temple that looks very realistic. It's crumbling, it has trees growing out of it. It's really cool. I think everyone is going to like it, and that's going to that's going to be the feature in our next bonsai video. Also, in the meantime, expect more RC car videos. Maybe a fishing video, I'm not totally certain, and probably a cooking video or two coming up soon. So stay tuned, like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.